Selwyn were coming off the loss from GWS on the weekend. Prior to the game, Stephen May was ruled out with a fractured larynx. Can you just talk us through how he's tracking?
Yeah, unfortunately for Stephen, he got the knock in main training and just presented the next day with a bit of a change in his voice, but also some soreness, and following imaging, it showed a fracture to his larynx. Based on the advice from specialists, obviously he didn't play on the weekend and he'll be unavailable for this week. We have a follow-up review with the specialist this week which will guide his return. Thankfully it's not as bad as the one that Max sustained earlier in pre-season, so we do have some evidence to go off from previously managing an injury like this.
And we also saw that Daniel Turner was ruled out of the squad prior to the game with illness. What's he looking like this week?
Yeah, unfortunately Disco just came down with quite severe illness, which just with our main training being within 48 hours, it didn't give him the opportunity to get up for the game. He's recovered well and was back in with the group this week, so he'll return to training and likely be available to play this week.
And Marty Hoare, he was close to getting back to playing last week. Is he close again this week?
Yeah, Marty has progressed into all of our skill-based work. It was just the contest-based work that he wasn't comfortable with just yet. So he'll progress into training and we'll look to ramp that up from a spoiling, tackling perspective. And if he's comfortable, then he'll be available to play this week.
That's good news. And then we also have Jake Melcham and Jug McVie. They're both trying to get back from those hamstring injuries during pre-season. What does their next few weeks look like?
Yeah, Jake and Judd both integrated into a little bit of training last week. Jake will be full training this week in order to complete a match load conditioning session on the weekend, looking to be available from next week. And Judd is just a week behind him, so he'll progress into summer training this week, continue to work through his max velocity exposures and skill-based exposures, looking to be full training next week and hopefully available in the coming weeks.
And we didn't see Caleb Windsor out on the track today after the game. Can you just talk us through where he's at?
Yeah, Caleb just presented with a sore heel following the game, and within the 24 hours post the game had a little increase of swelling and has an infection to that area. So he's on some antibiotics at the moment. How he responds to that will determine his availability this week, so we'll just progress him day to day.
And then just lastly, Jai Cully had that bone stress in his foot. How's his rehab looking?
Yeah, so Jai was in the boot for a week. He's come out of that and returned to run today. So his progressions will now be about a reconditioning phase and reloading, not only for that bone, but just ensuring that he's back tolerating the demands of the game. We'll likely have him return in the coming weeks.